The business of barbering, how modern apps changed the barbershop culture forever. Man, I'm trying to see when I got hooked on to the apps. I know the Cut app was one of the first apps that I used. And I know I went from the Cut app to Squire, and then on from Squire to Booksy. So the Cut app was like, and there's no knock to them. It was like, it was, to me, it was more like elementary when it comes to using the app. It was cool. It was like, I could set my appointments. I could book them. I can take. It started to get to a point where you could take payments and everything. So, it lasted for an amount of time. I was glad that I used it. I think at the time it wasn't good at collecting data. I think that was the one thing that bothered me. Like, I think they collected the data, but I didn't really have access to it. So I went from using the Cut app to actually using Squire. And Squire was cool, but Squire didn't, to me, it was my mom actually was the one that put me on. She was like, check out Squire, and they gave me an opportunity to use the app. I want to say during COVID that it was free, so it was good. It was like the settings was cool, and then it got to the paid feature, and you know for me it wasn't drawing any customers in. It was like I'm just on there, and it collected data, which it was a step up. It was like going from elementary to now high school, and now I'm like, all right, it's getting me to a certain level. And the homie Q or Quadir, he was like, man, I told you to come on to Booksy, and Booksy is what I'm using now, and how it's changed and shaped things forever. They basically find customers for you. On this particular app on Booksy, they have a feature called Boost, and Boost will bring in clients for you, which is dope. You know what I mean? And it you can solidify customers through that, and they get paid, and you get paid as well. But just by using Boost, I have seen an increase. But also just using the apps, what is changed is now instead of just sitting there, you just waiting on a customer or just waiting to cut a head, waiting on a walk in. You can actually be booked up where this time slot that you have, whether it's I got a customer at 2:30, I got another one at 3, I got another one at 4:15. It's giving you that space to say, let me look at my day differently. I might be looking to make this amount of money in this amount of time, and you have slots available, so that side is the scheduling is one way that I look at it, but also just using technology in its full spectrum. I really like the fact that having an app, look, sometimes I'm cutting and I can't really talk on the phone. I can shoot a link out, or I can shoot my website out where people can book now. And here it is, they can go to the website, book, and they can book a specific time. Like the elders, it kind of, I can't say it kind of pushed them out the way, but if any of my elders call, I'm gonna book for them so that way they don't have to go through that process of trying to book, trying to hop online and use it. And again, like it really has changed things forever. Now I have I say Booksy is top tier when it comes to like what I've been able to see, how I've been able to grow and transition my audience from Squire over to Booksy. It's been dope. And I can't say like my customers don't complain. I just say, hey man, if you're looking to get a